Welcome to the third episode of, and today's topic is not related to weird and important, but a particular game, and the game you are familiar with. The game we all love, Red Dead Redemption, the first part, not the two. And the word scenario is crazy, bizarre, but fun. What if Arthur Morgan was alive during the events of Red Dead Redemption 1, and Joan probably had to hunt him down? What will happen? We're going to do a complete analysis. We're going to look into all the options we have. So let's start. First of all, the first Red Dead Redemption game is set in 1911, which is 12 years after the second game's ending. I'm not going to tell you what happened in the second game. Yeah, let me tell you. Arthur dies in the second game. But what if he didn't die? He survived and probably became a target in the first game of the series. So, first thing, not all Dutch gang members were under the radar of the government. Yeah, the only three guys John had to hunt down were Javier Escuella, Bill Williamson, and Dutch Linde, because these three guys were active, still killing people, still calling for chaos. And remember, there were other alive members of the gang, but they probably had quite a life of their own and had no problem with them. So, now, if Arthur were alive, the most probable option is that he wouldn't still be an outlaw. He would probably do something else. Yeah, he had TB, and this assumption is that he did not have tuberculosis, and he survived somehow. So, he probably wouldn't be outlawing, maybe become a farmer like John. But that's not the end of our journey. We will assume the same notion. Arthur is alive, and he's still killing people, still under the radar of the government. Now John has to step up and stop him. Will he be able to? No, let's discuss that. So this situation is that Arthur is fully healthy and he is in his, you can say, post-crime, and now John has to step up. So what will John do, and will he be able to succeed? First things first, he probably wouldn't go for Williamson first at all. Even if the government asked him, he would go for Arthur and try to persuade him. Because, let's be honest, they both were very cool friends. And Joan probably thinks that, yeah, he can still convert Arthur to the good side, and he probably would be able to succeed. But if he did not, could he take down Arthur? Well, you have to realize something. This Joan we are talking about, this Red Redemption one, gained a lot of experience in the first part. In the first part, Arthur smoked Joan. He's a far better shooter and gunslinger than him. But in part 2, the gap is not much, and, hate to say it, but maybe Joan was slightly better than the first part Arthur. Second part Arthur. I'm getting a little confused here. But if in this situation you assume that Arthur did not improve, if Arthur applied, he probably would improve, and would probably become a better shooter than even John. Then the situation will have to get more messy. Let me not spin around the question and let me answer it up. Will John be able to catch Arthur? The answer is probably yes, but it will be extremely difficult. First of all, the government will definitely help him. They're not going to let a guy like Arthur face one-on-one with John because, John will definitely lose. The government will get involved and Arthur will probably get made face-to-face as Dutch Linde. So even if Arthur were alive during the audio event, he would die if he were still outlawing. But that's the minor part. Most probably, he will survive because he has improved a lot. He started to have good faith towards the end of Redemption 2. And he probably will be a good guy in the first part of Redemption. And he will be the target of the government. But guys like Javier and Williamson were still active in the field. They were still killing people. He captured a whole fort, so why would the government let him live? In terms of abilities, we have seen that Arthur is slightly better than John if you compare both of them in Red Redemption 2. But in Red Redemption 1, John was getting better and better, and probably was on the same path as Arthur, but that's debatable. You can always comment down what you think about that situation. And if Arthur were alive in Redemption 1, where do you think he would hide? For me, I think it wouldn't be some place like Blackwater where the government isn't high alert. He probably wouldn't have formed his own gang if he were still a bad guy and probably living in some forest type shit. But he wouldn't be active with Dutch, Javier, or Bill because he kind of hated them. But if Arthur and Dutch were together in Redemption 1, no, I don't know, some plan up there, there was no way government or John would be able to take them both down. Because together, they would have been unstoppable. Old man, definitely, but that doesn't mean they are inexperienced. The Dutch gave a very hard time to the government, and John even in the first part, so if they were together, it would probably be near impossible to take them down. Yeah, definitely it would probably never work, but if it did, Arthur and Dutch together in Redemption 1, John would never be able to catch them. They are too open together. Dutch is a little dumb and psychopathic, but Arthur had his friends. He was intelligent, Even when I was talking in my video, he was almost genius level. And if we combine the brain and maniacness of Dutch, we get a deadly combination, and John had a very tough time. Now let me summarize this very quickly. What are the options to look for? Number 1. If Arthur was alive during Red Dead Redemption 1, he probably wouldn't be outlawing and would survive. That's scenario A. Scenario B is that he is alive and doing his shady stuff. And then the answer is yes. John would be able to take him down. Option C is that he is alive and doing his stuff, but he is involved with other gang members like Dutch. Then it would have been almost impossible to catch him. He would survive. So these were the 3 scenarios, if we look into it. And I think they both cover the reality of what would have probably happened. What do you think about it? What do you think would happen in all 3 scenarios? Would Arthur survive John's wrath? Let me know in the comments section. And if you enjoyed the video, subscribe. And thanks for watching. I'm going to continue this series. If you have any suggestions about it, comment down. And any other idea, comment down. Make sure all the video subscribers request me, so I'll make videos for you. And once again, thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and have a nice day.